most controversial movies ever made. A Clockwork Orange, The Passion of the Christ, Trolls World Tour. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. That's gonna be my next video though. So Trolls World Tour is the sequel to the first Trolls movie, which came out in 2016, and it brings back Anna Kendrick, Justin Timberlake, and it's about a rock troll who wants to unite all the 6 strings, the 6 different styles of music, and basically turn every troll into a rock troll and have rock and roll be the only type of music in the world. So Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake as trolls must stop her before she takes over the world. And going into this movie, obviously I'm not the demographic for this movie. I remember the first Trolls movie, I saw it when it came out in like 2016, and I didn't really like it that much. Like 1 or 2 gags was funny, but not much else, honestly. Some of the songs are fine. Didn't really think too much about them. So when I heard there was a sequel coming out, I was like, yeah, of course they're going to do a sequel. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't like enthusiastic about a sequel. And obviously with everything going on, this movie kind of made history. Instead of it playing in theaters, Universal had to put it on digital VOD to essentially, turn a profit on the movie. And this movie is making history. I never thought I would have to say Trolls World Tour is making movie history. But how is it as a film on its own? And I think it really depends on how you felt about the first Trolls movie. If you really liked the first Trolls movie, you're probably going to really like this movie. If you really hated the first Trolls movie, you're going to hate this movie. And if you're like me, you don't like it, but you're not like a hater of it, then you're probably going to feel the same about this movie. So what's good? Well, I'll admit the animation is a little bit better in this one. It's a lot more colorful. It's a little bit more unique. A lot of really unique character designs throughout the entire movie. Songs they're fine. They're tolerable at least. Yeah, they're cover songs, and it's not like they're sung badly. It's just they don't really have a place in this other than we have the rights to this. And they have a lot of musicians in this movie, like Kelly Clarkson, Mary J. Blige, Ozzy Osbourne, for some reason. And there's like 1 or 2 funny moments. There's a scene where Poppy does this pop song in the middle of a country town. Everyone's upset at her, and like a tumbleweed rolls by and goes, "You suck." I'm like, okay, that kind of got a laugh. It reminded me of the first Trolls movie where there's this really funny gag where Poppy sees a butterfly and it gets eaten, and then that monster gets eaten, and that monster gets eaten. And I'm like, that was funny in the first movie, and that joke kind of reminded me of that as well. What else? Honestly, the characters were they were a little more, they were a bit more memorable than they were in the first movie, I'll say. Because, at least they kind of had some personality. They at least were more than just, good and evil or something like that. What did I not like about this movie? Obviously, this movie was made to just be a sequel, to make money on the first movie. And there's a lot of it that doesn't kind of really make sense. It's like this whole 6 strings thing. It's kind of just like, oh, this seems really important, and so it's so important that we put it in the second movie. Oh well. There's some awkward moments throughout the movie, like some awkward jokes that just kind of don't work. Of course, there's like a lot of cliches where I'm not going to go into spoilers or anything, but if you've ever seen a movie, you can kind of point out a lot of the cliches that happen in this movie, and that's just a big problem I have with movies in general these days. It's not just Trolls World Tour that's the problem. Also, I didn't really like the use of Ozzy Osbourne in this movie. Like, at one point, they actually play Crazy Train, and yet Ozzy Osbourne just comes out as the villain's father. And he rarely speaks. He doesn't even try to sing. I know he's older, he can't really sing as well as he used to, but it just felt weird to me. As far as the new characters go, they were fine. They were kind of a little more entertaining than the characters in the first movie, I'll say. Like Rachel Bloom, she voices the main villain. She was kind of fun. Sam Rockwell voices a new character. He was alright. And a lot of the new musicians in this movie, like I mentioned, Ozzy Osbourne. Kelly Clarkson really doesn't do much. Mary J. Blige, George Clinton, they don't really do much either. It's like, yeah, we got these musical legends in this jukebox animated musical, and they don't really get to sing, and when they do, they're kind of being overshadowed by other people who can't sing as well, unfortunately. And I don't know, I feel like I'm harping on this a little bit too much, considering like what kind of movie it is, but at the same time, it's like, you could do so much better than this movie. You could also do so much worse too. So, I guess there's that. Again, how you felt about the first Trolls movie, that's probably how you'll feel about this movie too, because it's pretty much the same movie, almost. As for myself, again, I didn't really care for the first Trolls movie, and I didn't really care for this one. So overall, I'll give Trolls World Tour 2 out of 4 stars. Stream it. So, I don't know. What's your favorite jukebox musical? Comment down below, subscribe to the channel. This is Pat, and stay safe and wash your hands.